I love Phantom of the Opera. I got a tattoo right here.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the story at all?
No, actually.
He's the OG incel.
Mm.
Phantom of the Opera. Oh, yeah. Just so you know, as a 5-year-old, I forgave him.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Maximum Zach, and on today's episode, we have Kayla Hardy. We talked about stand-up in her stand-up show, Bitter Critics. We talked about Phantom of the Opera. We talked about roller skating rinks. Let's get into it. So, tell us a little bit about yourself.
The thing I didn't want to do. No,
Yeah.
So I'm Kayla. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
As we're just learning, my last name's Hardy.
Okay.
My IG's Kayla is Bitter. It's all right if you just call me Bitter. No, I met Jeff this year. He's been on some of my comedy shows. I attempt to do stand-up. You know,
so do I.
I throw that in quotes just in case.
All right, I'm gonna pause you for a second and just say, and I'm not saying this because we're on air or anything. I've seen you perform maybe like 5 or 6 times. I shit you not. You're probably the funniest performer I've ever seen, and I'm not even joking. Like, you consistently make me laugh till like I'm either crying or my stomach hurts. And my son said the same thing after Sunday or whatever the show was.
Oh, is that your son?
That was my son.
Oh, I didn't
with me.
know that.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm glad. Thank you.
You're fucking hilarious. You're a stand-up. Let's leave it at that.
I'm like always trying to get people's stomach to hurt after I perform.
Yeah.
You know, I just want to share what I experience up there. At 37 now, it's like, don't we all have something going on? So, attempt it when it comes to Jeff and his son. I succeed, thank God. That's why I invite him, you know. I pay him the big bucks.
To be fair,
you do stand-up too.
Yeah, I do stand-up too.
Cool.
I try to be funny. And, you know, sometimes I'm funny and sometimes I'm not. And, yeah.
Do you have a favorite joke of yours?
Like
the topic. You're like, I don't care who laughs at this. This is just right.
Not really. I mean, I don't know. Not sure. That's a good question.
I know.
I don't know, dude.
I'm like,
I go in and out of hating some of it. It's like, or it's like, dude, I really need to write. Like, I need to write more, or like, I need to do this.
Yeah.
It's like I've been doing this one for a little while, but
it's like, man, I need to get back to the drawing board on this one.
Yeah. Oh. I can just start rethinking my entire life. Then I'm staying up till 5 a.m. It's literally.
This is why we don't sleep.
Yeah, this is literally. So, when did you start doing comedy?
I took a class in 2019.
Okay.
And it was in downtown LA. I don't know if you know him. It was Adam Barnhart's class. It was my first time meeting him. He used to do the student showcase at the Comedy Store.
Okay.
There, I think once the lockdown happened, he didn't have it there anymore. You know, a lot of things closed.
Yeah, a lot of things changed.
But I thought
lockdown.
Yeah, but I thought it was like funny that it's like I barely just started doing it, and then the pandemic happened, and also I had just gotten my full-time job. That was really hard because it's like with the county. So I was getting up at like 4:45 a.m. to make it to K-Town by 7.
Jesus.
And then I'd be asked, oh yeah, go to an open mic at 10 p.m. Like, it was I was like, why did I start doing this right now at this point in my life? But I honestly wanted to get into voiceover. That's why I was just taking whatever classes that were recommended. Like acting, improv, stand-up. But the improv was really expensive. So.
No, they really are. Some of them are expensive.
The UCB one, I think, it was at least $300 plus.
To take out a loan?
And I was like, I know I'm not going to be that good at it. Do I really have to pay that?
Guest went. Like, recently, she went to UCB and she took 2 classes. She's like, I need my money back. I can't do this.
Really?
And she got most of it back, but she was like $300 for her, $350. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad she got a refund. Yeah, that's kind of a lot.
Insane.
See, the community college stand-up class was $60, so that's why I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna try stand-up.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've been trying to do it as much as I can with those work limitations, but not as much as I should. But I've been doing it a lot more these past 2 years.
Yeah, that's how I always feel like. It's like, yeah, I should be doing it more.
Yeah.
Like way more. Because I hear about people, some people will be doing because sometimes I'll do open mics and they'll be some people will be like, oh yeah, this is my 5th mic of the day. And I'm just like, what the fuck, dude?
Fuck?
That's my nightmare. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I appreciate the grind. I mean, no hate, but
yeah, it's I think it's just you should at least if you can go up, I always hear people say if you can go up that day, you should go up. It's sort of because some people are doing it every night. It's just
absolutely.
Yeah, but it's I'm not even able to do that at the moment. But
no, I know. Yeah. I feel you on that. Power to those who can.
Yeah.
But hey,
I can't even imagine doing more than one open mic in a day, let alone 5. You gotta really be serious about your craft. I'm using that word in quotation, craft, to really hone it in.
Yeah.
Because goddamn, I hate everybody at open mics. No offense.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you said that because I do too. No,
I'm glad I'm not alone in that.
I'm like,
yeah. I mean, open mics, it's pretty much the bottom of the barrel of I mean, it's everyone's just just wants to do their set and fucking get out. You're not really getting I mean, I think they're still good to do. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a comedy teacher or genius, but I'm not a comedy doctor. But you see, you probably shouldn't listen to my prescription.
Well, I need one.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I still think it's worth doing it, but you don't always get the right gauge of if something is working or not in an open mic.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree. I do think a quality one where it's people are always going to be in their own head, but they're definitely better. There are some that are better than others.
Yeah.
And it's kind of you got to prioritize if you want the best gauge of it. I agree. I feel 5 mics in one day, there's no way. There's 5 great open mics on the same day. That sounds such a roller coaster of emotions. Because I don't know if this happens to you.
Sorry, you guys are talking.
It's you could have a good reaction at one mic, and then you're thank God, life's better. And then you go to another one, and people don't even look at your face.
Yeah, everyone's
and then you're back to should I continue my life? And then it's you get a lukewarm response. Maybe I just feel emotionally I couldn't take a 5 spot.
Yeah, no, it would be a lot to handle. Yeah, I've definitely experienced that where it's just oh, that kind of killed. That did really well. And then you go to a different one and it's oh.
The same joke, baby.
That's very humbling. Again, then I'll just be yeah, I'm never going to say that again. Then everyone cracks up and then.
Yeah. I was telling my friend, I almost feel I don't not bad luck necessarily, but when I'm around, the shit usually happens.
Yeah.
Because I went to an open mic for the first time that someone was recommending, and then when I exited, 2 police SUVs showed up, and all these cops came out and made everyone leave and went inside to talk to the owners.
What the fuck?
And I was just oh, cool.
That's wild.
Yeah, cool. That's that has nothing to do with my presence here. So
yeah, that would be wild.
This is why I don't go to open mics. I don't
Zach literally killed tonight. The cops came and everything.
Someone literally killed in there.
Oh, I bet. How are there not more open mic murders?
You would think there would be more. That would be I don't know. I would watch a crime doc about that.
That's a cool serial killer nickname, yeah. The open mic murderer?
Yeah.
That's a great name.
That's actually, that'd be a nice indie movie.
I've been thinking about it.
That's something that could be on Tubi.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm writing that shit down right now.
It's been playing in my head. I was like, there's got to be some true crime in here.
Yeah.
Situation with this. Maybe it'll be me.
Yeah, like, you didn't laugh at my joke.
Yeah.
That's like more like real. I feel like it would be cooler if they were like
Too real.
like they had like a knife or something. Like it would be cooler if it was more not a gun.
Right. Right.
Yeah, like such like just like a cooler killer.
Some kind of Riddler open micer.
Some sort of thing like that. Something maybe like maybe there's some paranormal element.
Wow, this changed completely. Jesus.
Yeah, there's like
now it's a ghost
comedy.
Yeah, it's like a ghost, or like maybe like the ghost of like this like good comedian, like some comedian kills himself, and then like their ghost like possesses some other guy to start killing everybody who like. Because he's upset, like he didn't get to make it in comedy or something. Or like maybe like someone else like gets in his way, like he was about to be like on the top and then he gets killed and then like...
Right.
Yeah. And he's just...
Or could be some comic that got canceled.
Yeah, it could be that too.
And then they had a freak accident. And so now they're like trying to get their revenge.
And they're like literally canceled like, in life.
I would watch it. Or they're just still harassing people. Like, who knows?
They're like still like telling really crappy jokes.
There's so much opportunity there.
Yeah.
For a story. Come on, AI.
Yeah, come on, AI or Tubi or someone.
ChatGPT could write that script.
Yeah,
in 5 minutes right now.
I'm sure it could, honestly.
Yeah.
And it would be the same quality as what somebody else would do it, quite honestly, for that type of premise.
It'd be taken from real life stories.
I would love that.
Me too. Me
I
too.
want to see that happen now.
But do you act? You do, right?
Like I'm starting to get into some acting. I got some stuff coming up and like just like I don't know, I make like little skits and stuff sometimes, but I've never like done like actual like acting in anything like
a narrative type.
Yeah, like an actual narrative or anything that's like came out or anything.
Okay.
That makes it sound like there's a bunch of stuff that's just like not coming out that I'm in.
A lot of shelved projects.
Yeah, everything is just just cutting room floor. So yeah, we don't really need the Zack scene. Like, there actually is one project though that did like not come out that I was in.
Oh really? Yeah. What was that? It was a movie?
I don't even know if I should say it. It was something that was at Sundance, but like it didn't come out like officially.
Okay.
Yeah, but like I didn't even saying that I was like doing narrative. I was more like a background person, but I did stuff and like
you had some lines.
There was no lines.
Oh, okay.
But I was like,
but you were on screen.
There was like some fighting and stuff that I was involved in. But yeah, it was cool. But yeah, that never came out.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I'm assuming nobody bought it at Sundance then.
You're a big brain.
Yeah, I think that I don't think it got bought. Like, well, I think like there was already a company that I'm like pretty much people can just probably Google this now. But like, yeah, they didn't get another buyer. I don't think.
That sucks.
But there was, yeah. I don't want to go too deep into it, but yeah, so that's cool. But people at Sundance got to see it.
Oh, so some of them got to see it. Okay.
Yeah.
I would love to have been in something that they didn't actually put out. Like, I'm working my way there.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Like, so what do you want to do in the future? It's like a weird way to put that.
I want to like.
What's your 5-year plan?
Yeah, what's your 5-year plan? Let's break it down.
Enjoy my life as much as possible before nuclear winter, whatever global warming does to us. I mean, it'd be nice to make more stuff. I went to school hoping to be in film.
Yeah.
So I really like classic movies and stuff like that. But I also learned, like, just because you like movies doesn't mean you should make them necessarily.
Yeah. I remember one time I was like, well, I don't remember what movie it was, but I was like getting ready to write a bad review for it.
Okay.
And I just saw it in theaters, and so one of the Letterboxd reviews was like, yeah, man, making a movie really is hard.
I can only hope so much.
Yeah.
Because that means they acknowledge that they tried. Like, they saw the effort involved in the film, and it still didn't work.
Yeah.
That review's like a participation trophy, essentially. Like,
Yeah,
what
pretty
it was.
much. Yeah, it's like, you gave it your best shot, I think. Like, that would suck, dude.
Hey, that doesn't sound as mean, though.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true.
Because some people say some mean
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, no, it's definitely true.
What movie was that? Do you remember?
I don't remember. It
Was
was
it the one
like,
you were in that never came out?
no, it was, I saw it at AMC. I'm trying to remember the plot, but I can't think of it at all. Like, I think someone was like they had a parent that was dying. They're like in a different country, and they're like taking care of them, but their parent's like an asshole. And then like, but this is, I don't know what this movie is at all.
Sounds
This
like-
does not sound familiar.
Sounds like my life.
yeah. It was just like,
Well,
just didn't really go anywhere.
parents stayed an asshole.
Yeah, they
No
died.
character growth.
Yeah, there wasn't like any. I mean, if it was a better movie, I probably would have remembered it.
That's true. That's
Good point.
true. And
Yeah.
you almost wrote a review for it.
I almost did, but I laughed so hard at that I didn't write a review.
Because you can't beat that review at that point. That's like
Yeah.
the best review it's gonna get.
Actually, I should check my letterbox.
Yeah, I want to.
They're like, he said it all.
Yeah.
Making a movie is hard.
So is acting in something or making something part of your 5-year plan? Do you want to make a movie or something, or even a short?
I would. I made a short horror comedy with my friends.
Oh,
recently.
we
that's
watched
sick.
it at
Yeah.
the show, right?
Yeah.
It was good. I loved it. It was really funny.
I'm glad you liked it. I was like, man, making a movie's hard. Like, after I saw it, no, I was just like, fuck. Don't tell anyone I wrote this thing. You know what I mean? Like, shit. You hope so. Because I'm just like, I sent the script to people and they were laughing at it. And then I'm just like, how is it that watching it doesn't it's not as
translate.
funny? Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened there? You know, that's the kind of stuff that I'm not savvy on.
Who edited it?
My friend Neil. Yeah, he does some editing stuff. He's working for Disney.
Oh, nice.
So
On a show.
what's the horror comedy?
It's
about?
called Corpse Shamed.
Yeah.
So it's basically like about a final girl who doesn't want to die naked.
Okay.
So she's like begging the slasher to just let her like get dressed before he kills her. Like that's all she cares about.
Yeah.
It's like, and so she can look like crime scene ready.
Yeah.
You know, because she's very vain and stuff, like typical. I'm basically making fun of like the traditional 70s and 80s slashers.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't allowed to watch rated R movies or horror movies when I was a kid. My parents were really strict.
Yeah, same here, actually.
Yes. So when I finally did, it was like I had to start with like the classics when they allowed me. Like I think one of the first ones was Halloween, and I watched it with my friends, and we were in middle school. So they were like cracking up that the girl got stabbed with her tits out and stuff, right? I kept making fun of that, like, ha, 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 you know, she's naked. And my friend made fun of it too when we watched it at my house because it's dated, you know, because a lot of kids, they were already watching the stuff that was out then.
Yeah.
And I wasn't. So my friend was like, oh no, my boobs are showing, you know, like making fun of that stuff.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking, I was like, man, a lot of chicks die naked in these movies. It's clearly like exploitative or what. And so I just thought, like, man, I would be more scared about that because I don't look good like they do versus actually dying.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'm in the shower and I think, like, if someone attacks me right now, if there's an earthquake, I'm going to try to reach for a robe first before like a weapon, you know? Like, am I really going to run outside naked right now?
Was that the genesis of how that idea popped into your head? Where you just in the shower?
Yeah, these are like all the things that
Yeah.
come up for me.
Yeah.
that, like, or even with Psycho, right? Like the famous shower scene. And I just feel like I'd still be like, no, you know, don't look.
Yeah, I'm naked. Like, get out of here.
Yeah, like, you know, or something.
Yeah.
But I would be like embarrassed because I grew up. I don't know how old you are, but I grew up in the 90s, and I'm from Los Angeles, so, you know, I was, like, fat 50 pounds ago.
I feel that.
Just like, you know, you were, they used to think, like, remember Renee Zellweger in Bridget Jones' Diary? Like, that was considered, like, a sloppy fat bitch.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's insane. Yeah.
Yeah.
They had a really
like the
fucked
standard.
up view and standard on the female body.
Right. It was like so bad. Like the body shame was like so like over the top back then that I just still couldn't be like, because I remember, because we grew up in the Valley, and I knew girls that would always have a sweatshirt on because they didn't want to show their arms.
Yeah.
Because they're not like super toned, even in 110 degrees.
Fuck.
So,
dude.
so thankfully I was never that. I was like, nah, dude, I draw the line at a sweatshirt in July. But I was like, they're just going to see my fat arms. But, but that's still in my head where I'm just like, I don't even care about nudity. If I looked like good, I would be naked all the time, but I'm like, no, I'm a cellulite. They're gonna know. So that's kind of at the heart of the movie, and me making fun of it. And it's like there's a neighbor character that she's older, and she's like the funniest part. She's played by my friend Sally Mullen. She does comedy too, and I just try to juxtapose. It's like you're clearly going after young hot chicks because it's like the naked neighbor that's 60 next door doesn't lock her door. You didn't go over there. You came to attack me like the cheerleader or whatever. So that's pretty much the gist of it.
I like that a lot. That's awesome.
And it was okay, according to Jeff. No, I'm just kidding.
I liked it.
How do I see this?
Yeah, because we watched, like, it was an unfinished rough cut, right?
Yeah, we didn't do color correction on it yet. It didn't have the final score, so we're working on that now.
Nice.
And I might edit a little bit more for some places that felt like it dragged a little bit. Yeah, but other than that, it's pretty much done.
No, that sounds like fun making a movie though.
Yeah, no, I mean it was my first time. I was just glad because I did it for school, but it was my first time like doing it on my own with friends, and I was glad to just get it done because so much of procrastinating is really what prevents you from getting there, and I'm a big procrastinator. And I was like, if I just sat down, forced myself at the computer, I could finish this script. And then we just put the dates, you can start filming things. But it's really daunting. So I'm glad that we worked with what we could, like no budget. And it came out pretty okay for the first time. I mean.
Well, I mean, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And like, I always feel like it's probably sick. And then like, but I always, like, even if I do something that's really good, other people think is awesome, or they think is good, or whatever, like, maybe it's not awesome, but, like, they're like, oh, that was pretty good. Like, I will be, like, my worst critic. Like, and I'll be like, dude, this thing sucks, it's not even, I'll point out every little flaw.
Same.
And it's just,
That's how I feel about it pretty much. I was like, damn, you know.
It's like, I wish it was like this, and it's like...
Was that your first time screening it in front of other people when we all saw it?
Yeah.
Oh my, I thought you had done that like before. So we were like literally the first people to ever see it, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, well you got a great reception from the audience, so like that should really tell you something.
Oh, well thank you.
I don't know if you were actually listening to them. I'm sure you were nervous as hell, and that, but I'm telling you,
that was part of it. I was in the room. I almost wasn't gonna be because I get in my head too much. I was just like, I don't want this to, because again, humor is subjective. Things aren't perfect. I don't want it to completely like absorb my, or to overtake my thoughts. But I was like, nah, I need to just be in here. I was in the corner, kind of hiding. It's like I didn't get facial reactions, but I could hear it, and I was like, yeah, it wasn't like there was no response. So you got to take that as a win because it's really hard to make comedies,
Oh, yeah, definitely. No, that's awesome though. It just sounds really cool. Like just going through that whole experience and like making something. Like that sounds sick. I definitely want to start. That's something I do. I really do want to do is like make movies. Or I think. I mean, when I was younger, that was one of the first things I really wanted to do. Was just like. I was like, I want to be a director, and like I didn't even know what the fuck that really meant.
Yeah,
like
of course.
all I thought of was like for some reason, I think I was just thinking of like Steven Spielberg for some reason, and like
who does it when you say director? Honestly,
yeah,
Right.
like or someone with a weird little hat, you know, and like
with
the
the
little
megaphone
yeah.
too, like
I
yelling
love
at
the
everybody.
megaphone.
yeah, and I was like, the clackboard and like
Did all the stuff that you thought like the director and stuff did, like now that we're in that world and we do that, did it dawn on you like all the shit I thought like a director did? That's not what they fucking do. That's not what a producer does. Like I feel like
Literally
everything
isn't.
is different from when I was a kid.
yeah, it's a lot different when you're actually like on the set.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, no, I was like, I still don't even know what the director does. I mean, like,
Me neither. No.
yeah, like,
I have an idea now, but I'm just like, oh, this is why I was afraid to do it. Yeah.
yeah.
Because I don't know. It's a lot of work. I just know that. There's so much that goes into it, like that review said.
Yeah.
It's really hard to do.
I,
And if one thing isn't working, like it's so important, it seems like that everyone involved is where they need to be at, because if they're not, then it can be challenging. Like one thing can affect it. Like there's chain reaction type stuff.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because now I if I've learned anything when it comes to judging a movie,
Yeah.
right? It's like I can't just say someone's a bad actor anymore.
Yeah.
Or, oh, that director sucks. And it's like, well, there's so much there. Like, if you have a good script and a bad director, you can have a problem. You have a good director, a bad script, he's not going to make magic out of anything there.
Yeah.
And it's like, sure, maybe some performances aren't to where you would have liked them, but also, if you didn't have someone that works with the actors well to get what they want, like there's just everything just goes hand in hand, and it's
there's
not
so
as
many
simple.
factors.
Yeah.
There's a lot of factors.
So at least it's made me a little more respectful in that regard.
Yeah.
I'm not just gonna write it off on like the 20 writers that try to make this thing happen.
Yeah, no, definitely. I was like for some reason when you're talking about like how girl like not wanting to die naked, like I started thinking of the show oh my gosh, drawing a blank.
I'm afraid.
No, not that show. It's Arrested Development. Because
the
Tobias is the never
nudes. Yeah,
like that would be the way to go, I guess. Really, if you like, if that was like an actual problem. I just wonder if anyone's ever like. Because some people have, like, irrational fears to, like, take over their life. Like, that would be insane.
So maybe there really is a condition like that where somebody just doesn't want to be naked.
Yeah, that would be really weird.
I tried to joke about it. I said, I'll just shower with a bathing suit now.
Yeah.
Treat it like a beach day. Just, you let the soap just run down. You pull it to the side or something. Because it's like, how do you get clean? Like, come on, you're not wearing jean shorts in the shower.
Okay, there actually is a thing called gymnophobia, and it is the fear of being nude.
So,
And
like,
the fear
Of course, gymnophobia.
Which, that's because it came from that, like,
From gym class.
naked in gym class. Yeah, absolutely.
It's the Carrie scene.
like, because I'm trying to think, like, if you were actually, like, a never nude, like, how would you put on, like, because if you'd have to change the clothes at some point, I would think.
Yeah.
Like, so you'd have to, like, put them on over, and then, like, cut them to take the original ones off while you're wearing the ones over.
So you're destroying the old one to get to the new one? So you have to buy a lot of, like,
constantly
new shit.
being sewn into clothing.
Yeah, like, dude.
You gotta be naked at some point. Like,
Yeah, like,
that's
you're
just...
born with the pants on, and, like,
unless you tattooed clothes on.
Yeah.
But
well, then you're still technically
naked.
Like, yeah.
I wonder if the paint counts for them. Like,
Yeah,
they
it is.
painted clothes on them. Does that count? Because it's a layer of something still.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if it's like a latex, some sort of like latex paint or something, like that's still something, but it's still pretty revealing.
Yeah.
That's true.
I feel like it would still like defeat the purpose of like.
I can't get in the mind of these gymnophobias.
Yeah.
Gymnophobics.
Yeah. Gymnophobics.
Is there a word? It's like is that a thing? Like if you have arachnophobia, are you?
Yeah.
You're not an arachnid because that's a spider.
You're just an arachnophobe? Is
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So you're a gymnophobe.
Wow, I never thought of that before, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just put anything in front of phobe.
And that's what
you are. Yeah.
Comedy phobe.
Yeah.
A lot of comedy phobes at the open mic, I'll tell you that.
Right.
Oh my god. Can you tell Zach a little bit about your Bitter Critics shows? Because I feel like that's like right up his alley, like the one I hosted, what the format it is.
Oh,
Are they all
yeah.
like that?
Yes.
Okay.
So I started doing this small show under like a loose brand I made, the Bitter Critics.
Yeah.
And so the format of the show, we do it at PDA, which is Public Displays of Altadena. I don't know if you've heard of it or been there.
I haven't.
Yeah, it's a small little black box theater, but it looks cool. Like it looks nice. And the concept of the show is where we'll pick a theme. It can be a loose theme. Like last month's was Family Feud, so dysfunctional families and stuff.
Yeah.
And we'll play clips from movies with dysfunctional families. And then the comic can kind of like roast it or talk through it like Mystery Science Theater if they want and comment on it, make fun of it.
I love that.
And so that I just came up with that simple format for now because I always like critiquing movies.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I thought, how can I bring that to a comedic space that lets people improvise if they want and to have fun. And it also, so far I've noticed, has inspired people to want to know what these movies are and even watch them.
Yeah, exactly.
Which was kind of like a positive, unexpected result.
Yeah. No, that's really cool. I'm always been like a huge fan of DVD commentaries just in general.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, I love like riff tracks and all that stuff. So.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's super sick. I like that a lot.
That's what we are trying to do for now. I was like, I know people like talking through movies, and like making fun of them, but it's also out of their love of watching them and the craft.
Yeah, I love like pointing out plot holes in movies. Like,
Yes.
Yeah,
exactly. So you could do that. Like we had a clip from Seven Brides for Seven Brothers, which is an old musical that's very dated, like fucked up concept now. And one of the comics just talked about that movie the whole time and took notes and everything about. At that point, I was like, you could have just watched the movie, but I appreciate that you didn't, and you just read about it. It's like these. I don't know if you're familiar with the story at all. I guess it's based on an old story with. I don't know if it's biblical. I think so. Yeah, it's got to be from the Bible, and it's called the Rape of the Sabine women or Sabine women, and that word meant something. Multiple things back then, like stealing, taking. So, So in this movie, these seven brothers that live up in the mountains and have like land, it's like pioneer type times.
Yeah.
They take 7 of the townswomen because they want to court them, and they thought that was a good idea to just steal them from their homes.
What the fuck?
And it's a musical, and they all end up getting married, and it's
and
like
they're happy.
Yeah, it's a happy thing,
dude. What
because
the
guys are hot, so it's okay.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Yeah, it's literally.
And they dance really well.
Yeah.
So everyone forgives them.
Like if I did that, like that's a crime.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's like a super, like, I was like, okay, I get it. This is a dated story. But I still enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like, I liked those old-timey musicals. But stuff like that, where it's like, what the hell are they singing and dancing about?
Yeah.
They're doing despicable things.
But it's like adorable because they're singing about it, you know?
Exactly.
That's what makes it okay.
That's what the 50s were like.
They truly were, honestly.
Yeah. Just walk around and just like snap and like dance.
You're a chat all the way.
Love
pretty
West Side
good.
Story.
Love that movie. So good.
What's that called exactly? When
West
you're
Side
like
Story?
No, when you're like just like if someone's like walking and like so like say like you're walking down an alley
Okay.
and then like you meet there's a bunch of street toughs and they're
Alright.
greasers, you know.
Yeah.
And they're like they start dancing and like snapping towards you.
At you as you're walking.
Yeah,
towards them.
at you. Is there a word for that?
I would say that's an attack.
It's called harassment.
Harassment.
They're
That's a
like
good word
following
for it.
you. It's like I guess it's kind of like gang stalking in a
Yeah.
way. But like
Musical gang stalking.
Yeah.
It's dance
I
violence.
always wanted to do that as a prank when I was younger. Like not like actually stalk somebody.
Just
but like
quarter
just like
someone into an alley.
like dressing up as greasers and like just walking out of an alley like fucking
Yeah.
Just imagine Zach in like a leather jacket, a white shirt, and like the little swirl in his
Yeah,
hair.
that's
like,
what
walking
I
towards
want. So I always wanted that when I was a kid.
Like,
After
like
what?
your Clark Kent, Superman.
Yeah, like
that
or
look.
like I'm trying to think who's that one. So one character Squiggy. What's his name? He's from like
From Laverne and Shirley.
Laverne and Shirley, is
Yeah,
that shit?
Squiggy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't. Didn't he have?
Yeah,
a thing?
he had one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a reference.
Yeah, I haven't. I mean, Nick and Knight.
We're
dude.
old timey
Yeah.
here.
I don't think any one part of our audience is gonna know who Squiggy is.
Yeah, dude.
If you do, put it in the comments.
I don't-
Google it.
Yeah, Google
It's
Squiggy.
easy.
He was.
He's
he
a
was
Weasley guy.
Yeah.
He had a high pitched voice, kind of.
Corbin, put a picture of Squiggy on the screen, please, for everybody
Yeah,
to see.
for everyone to know what we're talking about. So guys like that would corner you in an alley and start snapping.
Yeah.
And 60s jazz would play.
Yeah.
I think they call it jazz tap. I think that's just
Yeah,
the
it's
best you
it's
can.
probably something like that.
It's just.
I always wanted to get into tap dancing, and
We're just talking about our aspirations.
yeah, it's just like I never really got into it. Just because,
Because you were
I
too busy
think my
getting
family
nuts.
wanted to like push me. They're like, no, don't like. They're like pushing me away.
They
But,
drew
like,
the,
yeah.
they drew the line
Like,
of
I'm not
tap
allowed to
dancing.
dance in this town. And like,
I didn't realize you grew up in the footloose town, Zach. Stunts were okay, but God forbid you did the Macarena.
yeah.
Footloose. Put that on the screen too. It was like we're getting newer, but it's still
But it's
these
still
dated
real. Dude,
references.
People used to dance more back in the day.
Yeah,
like
just
they
randomly,
literally
right?
did.
Yeah.
Like, so I was thinking, like, when I was a kid, like, we used to like go to like we go to the skate rink. And
Yeah.
we would be like skating, and there would be like certain songs that would come on, and we would do like different, like it was like a thing in unison. Like there was like
Really, they would
there
dance
was like
together.
different, there
The
was different
synchronized
things.
skating.
Yeah, it was like all this crazy stuff. Like no one does that. Like that would be like insane nowadays if that happened. Like,
There's a little bit of what's that roller rink? I think it's in Glendale. It's like
The moon
or so, I think it might be Moonlight
roller
or something.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
moon
There's
in the
some of that
title.
there.
Yeah.
Not as prevalent as it was in like the 90s for us,
Yeah.
for sure. But
Yeah, they're few and far between now. Did you grow up here? No.
I grew up in Indiana.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here we had Skateland in Northridge.
Mhm.
And yeah, it was the only place.
Have you seen that
anyone would
movie
go.
Skateland?
No.
there's a movie Skateland?
Yeah, it's called Skateland.
It's not based on this place, is it?
I don't know,
No,
but
I don't think so.
Skateland, the trailer is awesome. It seems like it's going to be this like cool like coming of age story, like it's going to be awesome, and the movie was not good.
I'm gonna just read the description for you.
What
First
year
of all,
did this come out?
2010.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
In the early 1980s, in a small town, Texas, dramatic events force a 19-year-old skating rink manager to look at his life in a very new way. What does that mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I forgot exactly what happens, but just like it's a common theme.
It's something that should happen if you manage a roller rink.
Yeah, you have to.
You should reevaluate your life. Is that what it said?
Yeah, pretty much. It's just he has to figure out his life.
A roller rink manager realizes he needs to do something else.
Something else. At age 19. His entire life before him.
It's just watching him on Indeed trying to get another job. And it's like, guess I'm staying here at Skateland until they close this down. I think I knew someone that was the DJ eventually once we got older for there. Yeah. I think of Skateland and I just think of that Offspring song playing several times in one night.
Does it come out and play?
Yeah. No. The later with the DJ, the VJ from MTV, the "Give It to Me, Baby" one, you know. Yeah. Pretty Fly, that's right. Yeah. That was so huge back then at one of the birthday parties, and they were playing it like all night.
Yeah.
And that's just what I imagined. That's what we had in the Valley. It was the Offspring and Skateland.
Dude, they would like play like more like poppy stuff at this one. Like it would be more like, oh, it's like the Backstreet Boys are on. I have to go on the rink right now. I have to go out there. Like
I can't miss my song.
I want it that way. Get out there.
Like, I have to get out there. Dude.
I gotta go skate to I want it that way. I'm sorry, guys.
Like I have to do it. And then randomly they would have us doing the chicken dance in unison together.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I never learned how to roller skate, by the way. I guess I should have put that out there.
Oh. So you're talking like you were. Would you get on skates and like try?
I would try, and I'd stay near the rail. I never officially learned, and it was kind of sad. Like, I regret it.
There's still time, Kayla.
I know, but now if I fall, it's way higher consequences.
Yeah, no, same for me. Like,
Thank God for insurance.
Me on roller skates now is not good. I think because like they had like the regular roller skates, but then you could also bring your own roller blades. Mm-hmm. And I was more of a roller blade guy, and
popular.
That was then there was like, I mean there were still some roller skate guys, but most people were. It was kind of that was just like, it was sort of forced upon you to rollerblade as a guy in Indiana.
What else are you gonna do?
But I remember like trying to like, because I was really into like extreme sports, but I couldn't do any of them. So I'd always be like, watch this, and then I would like try to grind something or like, and I would just fall, and everyone would be like, what is that guy doing? Like, but
there's a group in Burbank called Skate Oddity. Once a month, they rent out the roller rink, the outdoor roller rink in I forget the name of the Burbank Park. But it's always like spooky horror themed, essentially.
Yeah.
I've gone twice, and it is so much fucking fun.
Yeah.
But I feel like I don't remember how to skate it. Like, I can't stop still. So, like, I have to hit the wall to stop. That's something I can do.
Scary.
But it's fun. You gotta check it out sometime. Maybe you don't have to roller skate. Say hey.
Also, like I always wanted to ice skate, like not like
that's
professionally.
That's even harder.
But like, but that's even like that, dude. I just like stepped on an ice rink once. I was like, no, I'm good. Not happening.
It's scary. I went one time too. Even with the little thing you can hold. When you're learning, I was like, screw this.
It just seems like crazy. Like I saw a video the other day of this lady's ice skating, but they're like stilt ice skates.
Whoa.
So they're like this tall off the ground, and then the blades are in the bottom, and then the shoe where her foot is like right here.
I hate that.
And skating around, and I was like, that's wild. And a great Jackass idea.
Yeah, that is a great Jackass idea, honestly, dude.
Have they done anything with skates?
We did some stuff where just some ice rink stuff. In the movie we did we just had like an NHL player hit a hockey puck into Aaron's nuts.
Oh my god.
And but that was pretty much it. And then I had to like sort of stand out on the ice rink to watch, and it was really slippery. More than I know ice is slippery, but way more than I thought.
Yeah.
I was like,
you never really know until you're out there. You know? Don't underestimate ice.
Yeah, I was a huge Mighty Ducks fan as a kid.
Right.
And it's a lot harder than I thought it would be.
Thanks a lot,
They
Sean
made it
Weiss.
look so easy.
Yeah, no, they made it seem like you can just get skates and then you fucking become
You need
Gordon
Emilio.
Yeah. Emilio.
The Mighty Duck guy.
And the Mighty Duck Man himself.
Oh my god.
Come on, Coach. Yeah, I watched that recently for the first time in a long time.
Does it hold up?
It kind of does in a way.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if you saw it back then,
Yeah.
it's one of those that you can rewatch and it's
yeah.
like, oh yeah, not bad. But I don't know if someone who'd never seen it before were to watch it today.
That's fair.
And they'd have the same reaction. But there have definitely been movies where, oh, I loved this as a kid, and then I watch it today, and I'm like, no, I can't.
Yeah.
So it's not one of those. It's not one of those.
Yeah, I watched Mighty Ducks D2 on a plane like a couple months ago. Again, for like the millionth time. And I was like, honestly, solid for a sequel. Like,
Yeah. 5 stars.
Yeah, 5 stars. Got on Letterboxd, but no.
It's really hard to make a movie on ice.
They made the difficulty of making a movie on ice look easy.
I've been on ice before, and it's difficult.
Oh, yeah. I'm not a fan. I'm from here, so I'm just like, no, thank you. Snow's nice in movies and pictures.
Yeah. I don't want to deal with snow ever again.
Ever again.
Really.
Oh,
I mean,
right.
like, I think, like, it could be nice to, like, and then it's just, like, all the things that come with snow. It's just, like, whole, like, seeing it is cool.
Right.
Like, on Christmas.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah. It seems really inconvenient.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, no, I don't like to be inconvenienced. I don't like to have to grab a jacket to leave the house.
Yeah.
And then have to take it off to tolerate being inside a store because the heater's on. Like, I just, I'm very spoiled in that regard.
Yeah, I remember, like, because growing up in Indiana, we'd have to, like, de-ice the car in the morning and in the winter.
Yeah.
And it's just like, dude, that sucks.
I love not having to do that anymore. God, that was like a solid 20 minutes of my morning.
Where are you from?
Jersey.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, you guys had to deal with snow.
It was bad.
Yeah, no, not a
everything-
That was
snow
literally
guy.
the reason why I moved out here. Like, that was my number one reason. After Hurricane Sandy, like, after everything was, like, fucking shut down for a while by me, I was like, we can't do this anymore. I'm done with this fucking movie.
Yeah.
And then a few months later, we were here.
Okay. I don't blame you. And now the weathers are getting so extreme and in
We don't even
different
know what to
ways.
expect anymore.
Yeah,
Don't know.
so I don't blame you.
It's gonna be snowing here next year, probably.
Yeah, it might. And then we're really gonna be fucked. It's gonna be like 100 degrees one day, 20 degrees the next day.
Dude, that would be so
Talk about
fucked up.
slippery ass shit all the time.
Oh my god. Hate that for us.
Yeah. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's enjoy what we can.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Dude, with the review thing, the letterbox thing, you reminded me of the Bitter Critics. The reason I got my name was from a review.
Oh, no way.
Actually, because I know it just seems stupid. I always forget what it's called. It was a good review site I found because I like Broadway plays sometimes. Some of the newer ones, whatever. But I do like good plays. But I had been seeing so many bad ones. I was like, how come, is there no freaking Rotten Tomatoes for these plays so I can just see if it's worth paying the $70 or whatever to go see because it's more than a movie? And I found one, and so the way they set it up, I liked it. They'd have like a little section, see it if, and then they'd give you reasons, or don't see it if blah blah blah, and then it'd have a rating, and then you could also have a description. But I think I was looking at reviews for the King Kong Broadway show. Apparently there was a King Kong one, and
missed it.
and it was a huge puppet that was operated.
It was fucking wild.
Like, so if you can respect that art of the puppetry because it was huge, then I could see why people were kind of mentioning that, but it overall got kind of bad reviews. Like, hey, this play ain't great. But one of the
the puppet's kind of racist.
yeah, So, like,
That's Avenue Q.
surprisingly, they didn't complain about that part. Like, the puppet people, you know, seem to...
Oh, she's talking to me. I'm the puppet people.
The puppet people
You're
are
right.
willing to overlook the racial tension of the play for the craft
I hate how right you are.
of the 50 people operating King Kong.
Yeah.
No, but one of them said, "See it if you love, like, if you can have fun, this and that." And then someone just wrote, "Don't see it if you're bitter." I just thought it was like so perfect.
That's so
To
funny.
describe me, and then I didn't buy a ticket because I was like, I'm bitter. So
you're not gonna go see it.
and that's why I was like, yes, the bitter critics. That's exactly who I am. Like, don't see it if you're bitter. You know, can't have fun at anything. Complain about puppets.
I feel like you would have fucking hated that Spider-Man musical then.
I think I probably would have.
It was a trash.
I saw the Ghost musical. Oh my god!
you? I'm
yeah,
jealous.
It was terrible. It was bad.
I'm
I was like,
very
what is
jealous.
the fucking point of this?
Yeah.
Like, they made like a contemporary dance song part with the subway guy.
Oh my
You know,
God.
have you seen Ghost? You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
like the angry subway
Yeah.
ghost.
Yeah.
He had like some experimental dance, like rap thing, and
What
I
the
was
fuck?
just
Seriously?
like, I was like, okay, they were just. He was probably the best part of it, honestly.
Yeah.
But it was kind of interesting to see where they were just kind of grasping at anything
Yeah.
to make artistic.
work, yeah.
Because this is a movie that was not meant to be a musical
Yeah,
play.
anything but the movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just saw Back to the Future here at the Pantages.
Oh, yeah. How was that?
And I feel kind of the same way because I love Back to the Future.
Yeah.
And most musicals, I would say, like, I'll love no matter what. Like Beetlejuice, fucking loved it. All that shit, love it.
Oh, okay.
Back to the Future was fine. It should not have been a musical. That should not
I
have been.
see. Yeah, I won't like it then.
The
If that's
effects
how
with the
you
car
feel,
on stage,
I won't
though,
like it.
amazing.
Oh, nice.
But the music, terrible.
See, that's what you'd say. See it if you love car
If you love
stage
cars.
effects.
Yeah, if you like a car on the
Don't
stage.
see it if you're bitter.
If you like music,
Yeah,
don't see
yeah.
this show.
Nice.
Terrible. Absolutely.
Do you get to the theater often or no?
I go. Okay, I haven't seen like a play in forever.
Okay.
I go to the movie theater a lot.
What was the last movie you saw?
Y2K. It was like a couple days ago.
That was like 2 nights ago, right?
Really? I
Yeah.
didn't even hear about it. Wow, I'm so out of the loop. What's
Yeah.
that one about?
It's like it's sort of like a coming of age story. It's like these high school, like they're going to, it's set in 1999 and
Oh, nice.
he's trying to get with like the hottest girl in school and like
course, yeah.
normal storyline for that time era.
Yeah.
But then Y2K happens and then
Oh, so-
all the compute like it yeah, they're at a New Year's
A
Eve
New
party.
Year's Eve party? Okay.
And Y2K happens and all the
So-
computers start like turning on everybody.
All
and
the
it
shit we
turns,
thought was gonna happen actually
yeah,
happens.
it actually happens and it becomes like
wow.
a horror comedy.
Interesting. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, do you recommend it?
Yes, it was awesome.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
it was fun.
Anytime someone says Julian, I think of Madagascar.
Yeah,
King
Anything else
Julian.
but Madagascar.
yeah, the characters were
King
great.
Julian's
They're-
in it.
Like I don't want to give any
back.
spoilers, like any spoilers away, but
Okay,
there was
yeah.
a couple times where I was like, no.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Don't
Yeah,
no
that-
spoilers here on this
Just like,
podcast.
wait, I
Don't even
know.
talk about specific things.
Yeah.
People will be
there was
mad.
just this one part that was so fucking random that we were like, what the fuck? But then it makes sense considering like it's called Y2K. But
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of stuff.
I
that
gotta
wa-
watch it then. I'm so behind on movies.
Yeah,
I haven't been to the theater to see a movie in God knows. I just
Me
feel like I hate
too.
everybody in the theater, and I would much rather watch something at
Like,
home where I
bitter.
can pause it, have a joint, get a snack, come
Yeah.
back and hit play.
Yeah.
I kind of want to go to I sort of want to go to an AMC dine-in eventually.
Those are fun. Have you been to?
I haven't
Draft
been to
House?
one in a while.
You should go to the
I'm-
Draft House instead. Man.
I'm sort of like I'm stuck in the AMC loop because I'm not stuck. I like it there, but like I have the A-list, so
That makes
I gotta
sense.
use it.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah. Otherwise, I mean, I could hit up a Draft House, but I feel like I'd be cheating on AMC.
Well, they have other stuff in the Draft House that's not
Yeah.
just movies. They have like a Broadway karaoke night. Did you know that, Kayla?
No, I
'Cause I'm going
didn't.
to the
I
next
didn't
one.
know. What?
I mean, technically,
I better not hear Wicked the whole time.
I'm sure now
I
you're gonna
know.
like the whole fucking
See,
thing.
for me, Broadway is like the messed up Seven Brides for Seven Brothers. That's what
Yeah.
I'm gonna sing. These modern musicals
fucking trash.
are not. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would love to do. I've been wanting a Broadway karaoke night.
I will tell you the
because
next
I
time they
love
have
Phantom of the Opera.
I was just gonna ask you.
Yeah.
I saw that
right here.
before. I have never seen that before. That's fucking rad.
Really?
I love Phantom.
I understand if people don't like it.
I love it.
like
I've
it's
never seen it.
Cheesy, but I mean, I grew up listening to it. It's like I was really young too, and my brother, he had gone to see it because it came out in the 80s, late 80s when it debuted over in England, I believe, and he had bought the cast recording, and I'd hear him listening to it.
yeah.
And it was almost like those movies where I'm like, what is that music? You know, like,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
drew me to it. And
Yeah.
he's like, it's from my thing. And I was like, can I listen to it? And he let me have the cassettes.
Yeah.
And I would listen to it all the time. And then he took me to see it when I was like 5, when it came at the
Oh, that's
Omison. But I was afraid of everything back then. Like, I didn't even go out for Halloween. I was like such a scared kid. I was afraid of decorations and everything. I was
Yeah.
lame as hell. And so I was afraid because it's kind of scary. Like the chandelier falls and there's loud music and I almost didn't want to be in there. And I think he convinced me to like, stay, come on, you know you like it. And I've just loved it ever since. I've lost track of how many times I've seen it.
Yeah.
Have you seen the other one? Love Never Dies.
I haven't. I haven't even seen I know it's on, you can watch it.
Oh,
like,
yeah, you can watch
there's
it
a
now.
Blu-ray, but I haven't seen it yet. Yeah.
It was here at the Pantages.
Oh, that's right. I
2 or 3
missed
years
it.
ago, and I missed it. But I haven't even listened to the soundtrack
I
because
heard
I
it's
want to
not
see it. I hear
as
it's terrible, but I
good.
want to see it anyway.
Yeah, I should watch it for completest sake. You haven't seen it though, right?
No, I have
Yeah.
not.
No. Well,
Yeah.
I get it. A lot of people do not like musicals.
Have you seen the old school movie though, like the old monster?
I haven't
Universal
seen
monster movie?
any iteration of it.
You might be into the Universal version.
Yeah.
Universal one.
Are you familiar with the story at all?
No, actually.
He's the OG incel.
Mm.
Phantom of the
Okay.
Opera. Oh, yeah. Just so you know,
Yeah.
he like invented it.
Yeah.
Frankenstein's creature perfected it. I feel like,
Yeah,
That's fair.
but
That's fair.
the Phantom, I mean, at least in the musical, I think in the book too,
He's still pretty creepy in the
he's
book,
like
honestly.
obsessed with one of the ballet dancers that he starts like
He's stalking her. essentially.
coaching her opera voice, and she thinks it's an angel because he
Yeah.
because he's hiding and she just hears his voice and she thinks it's the angel of music, something
Yeah.
her dad told her when she was little, and then he reveals himself eventually.
Okay.
And he's like threatening the new opera owners and all this shit just because he wants things run his way and he wants to get this girl. But then she's nice to him for like 2 seconds and he gets over it. At least he changes his ways and he lets her go. But yeah, he's like basically stalking this woman and he's deformed.
Okay.
Like
so he's,
something,
like,
yeah, that's
Quasimodo
where he
type
wears,
guy.
yeah, that's why he wears a mask to
Yeah.
cover it. There's something about him at birth. Like he had a hard, terrible life,
Yeah,
was
yeah.
put in the circus and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So he's got
We know
some
it
reasons for being crazy, but, and he does have a change of heart of being an asshole.
That's all that really matters.
That's what I said. As a 5-year-old, I forgave him. I was like, I know how it feels to be cast aside or whatever.
Now I gotta
Hiding in
figure
my
out the plot is in
lair.
the other one. How does he fuck up and come back again in the second one?
I feel like they get together or something in the second one. That's what that one's
I'm
about.
trying to see where
Because his love interest, I mean, she does not reciprocate it. You know?
Yeah.
But she like knows that he's been through shit. It's just like, I'm sorry, dude.
Like,
Sorry you're ugly, man. But it's okay, you know? Like,
yeah.
I just need someone to tell me that.
Okay, 10 years after the events at the Paris Opera, the Phantom is now the mastermind behind Phantasma, and that's a Coney Island theme park. So he moved from Paris to Coney Island, and that's where the show takes place.
What?
I'm on board, honestly. That sounds rad as shit.
Wow.
I'm sure it's terrible.
That's a big, drastic change for him.
Yeah.
He invites
It's like
Christine to
Coney
make
Island now.
her American debut there. Okay, so Christine is still in it.
Interesting.
Are they together, or did I make that up?
Christine and her husband Raoul and their 10-year-old son arrive in New York. So now she's with...
Does she have an affair?
Never mind. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool.
Kinda rad.
I think,
Yeah.
I feel like that's what I thought.
I'm gonna
it
fall
was
down this
about.
rabbit hole of this Wikipedia page about it later.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
sure our audience doesn't give a shit about Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah.
They don't.
It's fine.
What does your audience generally care about?
I honestly, I don't even want to speak for them. You know, like.
I don't feel right telling them what to be into.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if they're even watching, like, I don't know. Who's even watching? You know?
Not me, because we're here, baby.
I mean, like,
Who
they're...
the fuck's listening?
Yeah, who's even listening into these things, you know?
Well, I can't help but see. Did you have a tattoo removed on your arm?
No, it's a solar brand.
Oh, what does that
From
mean?
it's like it's from the Legend of Zelda, but it's like but not the solar, they don't solar brand people in Legend of Zelda, but it's like a Triforce from the Legend of Zelda.
Okay.
'Cause I used to play Nintendo a lot.
Okay.
But a solar brand, they take like a ball of quartz and put it up to the sun,
Okay.
and it's like burning something with a magnifying glass.
Oh, and
Yeah.
that's what they did to your arm?
Yeah.
Because I thought it was a pentagram.
No.
And I'm like, did you carve a pentagram in your
I
arm?
was just like,
What kind of black magic
Yeah,
shit
I was
were
just
you
like-
into?
I was
That's
just
actually the end of
tweaking
the
out.
episode.
Yeah.
We do one to you, too.
Yeah,
Oh, well.
everyone leaves as part of the family. But yeah, no, it was it's like a crazy process. One of my friends was he's a body piercer, and they started doing they're just getting into other body modifications and stuff. And that was one of the things they were learning.
Oh, okay.
And I did it, and yeah, it the thing is, so some people like it would actually look cooler, and it would be like if I would have went through the process of healing better, because you're not supposed to the first few days you have to peel the scab off every day,
Oh my god.
and
Okay.
then you can only use saline to clean it. And it started to hurt so bad, and then I was I'm worried that it's getting infected. I started putting Neosporin on it and all this stuff,
shit.
and
That's just such a process.
yeah.
That.
But yeah, there's tons of people have really cool scarifications that look really sick. But yeah.
So they've intentionally scarred themselves
Yeah.
with some kind of image.
Yeah. And they also do it without because the solar branding is one form, but then they also have they'll pretty much just dig into your skin and stuff and use a scalpel or whatever and cut part of your skin off.
Oh.
There's tons of different stuff they can do, and yeah.
So that's the only type of body altering
Yeah.
that you've done.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Oh, all
Also,
right.
doctors really don't like it. And
I wonder why.
yeah, because they're I get it, but they're what is going on? But yeah, that's body modification in a nutshell. Don't do it unless it's permanent.
The scars.
Yeah.
They're there.
Is there anything that you do? I ask everyone that comes on the podcast this question. Is there anything that you do every day or just frequently to make sure you're reaching your maximum potential?
Oh my god.
The most serious question on the podcast.
No.
It's cool. Yeah.
I am not reaching my max potential. I sleep every day. Not good sleep.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I'm terrible with routine or dedication of any kind. I'm not ambitious or perseverant. I'm surprised I've been doing comedy this long, really. I mean, I maintain connections with people. At least I'm always responding, reaching out, trying to plan. I'm always planning something. I think I have to always be entertained to some extent. Like the ADD part of me always needs stimulation, so I'm always making plans to go out. That I could do consistently, I guess. And that's, I suppose, influential and inspiring. I'm always trying to check out what's going on, events, music, movies. Try to, like, just enjoy the little free time we have.
Yeah, no, I feel that 100%.
But as far as trying to get better at anything, like, no, I've been an underachiever for too long.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like, I'm not reaching my maximum potential either, so, like, I feel you 100%. But yeah, no, that stuff is important, though, like all the stuff you said, like, that's still important stuff to do. So otherwise, you're just, like, sleeping.
Yeah, I mean, I respect people that grind all the time, but you also need to have something to show for the work you put in.
Yeah.
Just your mind can't handle it if there's no payoff, you know, and you're just constantly, like, sacrificing, and you don't get to enjoy anything.
Yeah,
something I had to be told that, and I try to remember it. It's like, you know, not beat myself up for taking some time to enjoy something, because otherwise you can't be productive all the fucking time, you know?
Yeah.
I think our brain wants us to be. I know my brain wants us to be, but you have to force yourself to stop every once in a while.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the grind set really isn't, like, the best mindset all the time, you know?
I did not hear that before, the grind set. I'm glad that that's not in my my vernacular. Yeah. That definitely sounds like those people that are those inspirational quotes online.
Yeah, it's like, you gotta grind, dude. You gotta invest in crypto. You gotta fucking
those dudes, those bros.
4 a.m. to go to the gym every day.
Yeah, you gotta wake up.
Oh my God.
One of the funniest ones I saw was this guy saying, like, yeah, I have 3 days in one day. And, like, he's like, I wake up and then I go to sleep. Then by noon, I'm starting my second. He's like, I said wake up and go to sleep.
I mean, technically, he is doing that to start the next day.
No, it's like, you wake up, then I work, and then at noon, I'm starting my second day. And then he's just, like, going on and on. And he was like, yeah, and then, like, by the end of the year, I've already lived, like, 3 years or whatever. And I'm just like, what is going on?
That is such propaganda to me. There's one thing that keeps coming up for me, because every now and then those accounts, like, you know, get somewhere accounts come up.
Yeah.
And something I've seen come up a lot, and I'm curious what you think about this, is that they'll say, like, move in silence.
Oh,
like hide your, you know... Don't let other people know what you're doing or what progress you're making, because they're gonna sabotage or try to get at your thing or whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
and it just saves time. Or so. I was just like, that just sounds.
Yeah, don't let them know your next move. Dude.
Yeah, that kind of thing. That's what it'll say, and I just think that. It's weird because it speaks to me in a way like there might be something to it, but it also sounds like a really sad way to live.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I was like, Jesus, man, like.
Yeah.
If you work in, like, a corporate environment, I can kind of understand it, but for, like, creative people like us, that's fucking stupid. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess it really just depends what you're doing. Like, I don't think it really matters that much for most people. Like, I don't think all your moves have to be in silence, you know. We're not, like, running a criminal enterprise. Most people are, at least. You know. It's like, I don't know. I think it's, like, I think that's kind of wild. Like, I don't think that's necessary. But, yeah, you know. But there are haters out there.
That's true. Like, I'm one of them, but not that kind of hater. Yeah. I'm not that kind of hater where I'm gonna, like, mess with someone's moves.
Yeah.
You're just bitter. Like, just bitter.
Yeah. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, I don't really have the time to be messing with someone's moves. Yeah. You know? I'm barely making my own moves. Like,
it's like, good luck with your plan of attack there, dude.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna, like, try and sabotage your little process.
Yeah.
But some people
That's
are
like someone
that.
that's like reading The Art of War every day or something.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It just sounds very like brutal, like you dog eats dog kind of world mentality.
I started reading The Art of War once and then I never finished it. But you know,
take anything away from it or no?
No.
His bookmark.
Just a no thanks.
The only thing.
Yeah, it's just like, you know, it's something that you do and, you know, and don't let people know your next move. Like, you know, don't sell crack where you rest at. Fucking that's one of the 10 crack commandments. Rest in peace, Biggie. Yeah, but thank you so much for coming on the pod.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What a segue into the
Thanks
outro.
for having me.
Yeah, thank you. Is there anything you want to plug?
Well, I mean, I put on comedy shows. Right now, we still have one at PDA in Altadena, Public Displays of Altadena. And it's going to be 4th Saturdays of the month at 7. That's where we make fun of movie clips. We have a good time. There's always some free drinks, and we give out prizes, movie trivia. And hopefully I'm moving my other show that Jeff was on recently. I call it LA versus Transplants, where I have people that are California natives, and half the lineup is natives, half the lineup are transplants, and then at the end, they do a little trivia showdown.
Hell yeah.
With answering questions, trivia on LA. Some of it's like fact-based, some of it's opinion-based, like just like LA attitude type stuff. So,
question. Do the transplants ever win?
They won once so
That's
far.
wild.
Did we not win? I thought we won this one.
I don't think you guys did.
I don't remember. It was
Yeah.
It was chaotic.
The LA team, I know, that space, we tried it out at Arts District Brewing over in downtown LA. Hopefully we're going to have it there again.
Yeah.
And next month. But I think the North Pole lost this time. We had the LA locals against the North Pole. The last LA team member came in with a win.
Yeah.
They answered the questions right. I mean, we've tried. I've tried to make some of them easier.
Some of them are fucking hard. They are hard.
I'll give I don't ask the transplants like something you had to know if you were raised here kind of a thing. Like we'll have people sing the jingle from The Wave. And that's like exactly. So you had to grow up here basically back when people were forced to listen to the radio.
When we had nothing else.
Like usually most people know it's our smooth jazz radio station.
Okay.
So things like that. Like I won't expect a transplant to know that.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, it's like you just gotta brush up. But it's not all super hard. It's just kind of like when do you grab a jacket here? At what degree? You know, if you're from California. And it's like 75, questions like that.
Okay. Well, that's sick. I'm definitely going to have to check one of this out. That sounds fun.
Please. We'd love to have you on.
Yeah, I'm super down for that too.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it.
We'll have stunts. Make the transplants do crazy ass shit.
That's fucking funny. So thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for coming to the pod. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you all for watching, and stay maximum. Stay maximum, and make sure you don't let anyone know your next move.